なアルとマイクみたいになりたい。でも電話してくれない。オークランドとブックレンドから世界チャンピオンバーチャルプローズ始まるよ。バーチャルプローズ。
To my motherfucking man, 50 grand, the alcoholic man, inject a tall can in his bloodstream if he can. Biggie Smalls, the stroker, MC provoker, chocolate tie smoker, huh? I like to max and Maximas and Acuras. Your girl butt cheeks, I'm smacking, huh? The raw rapper, spine snapper, with the little, cause all my lap a shot, the but I ain't your fucking comforter. And if I ever fall in love, I bet I'm fucking her. Ask the if I didn't choke her. If she try to front, then I drop the choke.
Episode 59 of That World Champion Sound, Virtual Pros Podcast. My name is Al, a.k.a. Henny Omega, a.k.a. The Bandman, a.k.a. Bougie Nagata, a.k.a. Two Phone Scorpio, a.k.a. Super Brazy, a.k.a. No Way on Bars, a.k.a. Weed Me More, Call Me Rise Smacked, and with me, one half of the Holy Scheming Army, one half of Blemolition, one half of the Heavenly Thotties, one half of the Bread Hunters, my main oos, Mike.
Hey, motherfuckers, it's Mike, a.k.a. Drink Maverick, a.k.a. Wavy Boy Smith, a.k.a. Tim Tam Bigelow, a.k.a. Dr. Swagner Jr.
Today's topic, dream matches. Listen to the pros discuss the matchups that could only occur in the theater of the mind. Hit us on Instagram and Twitter at VRTL Pros. Hit us on SoundCloud. Hit the heart. You know I like it. Hit us on iTunes. Leave a 5-star review, please, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you haven't already, download That Bloody Disgusting podcast application. Have all 59 episodes in the palm of your hand. And if you want to participate, email us at virtualpros64@gmail.com. Mike, we got some emails. You mind starting off with the first one?
Yeah, sure. And just for you guys to know that wrote in about dream matches, we're going to be reading those after we go over our segment because one of them steals my thunder, and I'm not going to let that happen. So I have to read those afterwards. But the first actual email is from Tofu. It's subject, Our Animal Friends. Hey, Al and Mike. My wrestling New Year's resolution was to send in another email to the Vrtbag mailbag, so here I am. Since bugs and spiders are making a triumphant return to wrestling, which animal would you like to see in a wrestling match, ignoring the fact that animal cruelty laws exist? P.S. Totally agree with Al on Okada's Tokyo Dome pants being a crime against humanity. Put him back in the spangly shorts. Keep on killing it, Tofu, a.k.a. Meow Shirai, a.k.a. Super Sasadanko Machine, a.k.a. Konosuke Taka Bud Light Limeritas. That's
What up, Tofu? You can go first.
What animal in a wrestling match? I think a bear is played out. But what else is dangerous though? There has to be I don't think it would be possible, but I think having a vulture in a wrestling match would be pretty cool, but I don't know, I don't know if that's physically possible or if you just fly away, but they're kind of big, lazy birds. They just stand around. So feel if you threw some raw meat in the ring, they would probably hang out for a minute. So yeah, I think a ring surrounded by vultures would be pretty scary.
Man, in 2018, the outrage would be fucking real. But if Kennel in a Hell Part 2 happened in New Japan, and you had fucking Tomohiro Ishii versus Iizuka, the dude with the leash, in a kennel in a hell with all these dogs just barking at him, I might fly out to Japan for that shit. I'd be pretty pumped about dogs making their return into wrestling. Next up is from DC. Man, long time no hear from DC. I miss you, man. Titled Random Thoughts. What's up, fellas? This is DC, a.k.a. Samosa Joe, a.k.a. Mikey Hempreck, a.k.a. Corliss Trilliamson. We are all obsessed with wrestling. Outside of watching wrestling, what are some everyday situations that trigger a thought about wrestling? For example, when I see a chest level gate, I think about springboarding. Whenever I see a funeral home, I think of Paul Bearer / Undertaker. Keep up the good work, fellas. Man, so I do a lot of freeway driving. And anytime I see an 18-wheeler that's open, I always think about fucking Blacktop Bully versus Dustin Rhodes just fighting in the back of that shit. That's the biggest one. A very weird one though is I also take the train to work, and there's 2 sets of escalators that I have to take. And for whatever reason, I'm always reminded when I see these, not always, but I think about it sometimes, that episode of Shotgun Saturday Night where like they're fighting at the train station. Like I think it's at Penn Station. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there's an
for
email.
Whatever reason,
there's an email coming up that also relates to that.
For whatever reason, I always think about that episode, and I think, man, I watch too much wrestling.
Yeah, I unfortunately I can't think of anything specific right now. I will say anytime I see barbed wire, I do think of wrestling. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, but I mean, outside of that, yeah, there's nothing like super specific. I'm sure I'll think of something after we stop recording, but as of right now, that's the only thing I could think of.
Like anytime I have to fold up like a metal chair, I always hold it like I'm gonna swing it like Balls Mahoney. I'll say that.
Next up is speaking of that foreshadowing, it's from Shot Glass, of course, always titled Whoop Whoop. What up, fam? I got 2 this week because I'm feeling juicy and they're hot fire questions. What's your favorite wrestling landmark? I commute to NYC every day for the Wawa sub research team, and I go up the escalator that the Undertaker tombstone Triple H on during an episode of Shotgun Saturday Night in the 90s. I always like to think I'm the only person in Penn Station that remembers it, because I probably am. 2, what wrestler would you burn a J with given the chance? My answer is obvious. It's got to be RVD. Dude probably has killer weed and is super chill. My second choice would be Nakamura, because imagine all the funny faces he would make stoned. Anyway, stay up. Shot Glass, a.k.a. Gigantic... Gigantic Dick Dudley. That's probably my favorite AK in a really long time. Yeah, like Al just said, I don't pass Penn Station as much as Shot Glass does, but I pass it fairly often, and I do think that too. I'm like, I don't think anybody remembers this episode of Shotgun Saturday Night where they fight up the stairs, but it seems a lot of wrestling fans remember it. Outside of that, my favorite wrestling landmark is a basic bitch pick, and it's right near Penn Station, and it's the Hammerstein Ballroom, aka the Manhattan Center. I can't ever not see that building and not think about wrestling, because it's like, I mean, as far as landmarks that I've lived near that are wrestling related, like there's none more legendary than that, besides like MSG, which doesn't count because there's, you know, way more legendary sports that happen in MSG besides wrestling. So yeah, like the Hammerstein Ballroom always makes me think of wrestling. As far as who would I'd want to get high with, I don't know, probably a Mexican dude, probably like Pentagon. I think that would be really, I think I don't really like getting high with people. I mean, that's not a lie. It depends on the situation. I don't really like getting high with strangers, like where it's just like, hey, you want to smoke weed, and we're just like left alone. But I think if that was a situation and it was with like Pentagon or another luchador, it'd be pretty sweet because we don't speak the same language, and so we would only have the marijuana in common, and I think that would be a great bond.
I live on the West Coast, so like I don't really have any wrestling landmarks that I could look at like on a, I guess, daily basis like you guys do. I went to Tokyo Dome. It's a beautiful building. Also a pretty basic bitch pick, but if I had to pick, that'd be it. What wrestler would I like to blaze with? Hana Kimura. If you're listening, let's spark. It'd be a good time, I feel like. Next up is Andrew. Letter to the editor. It seems like scumbag wrestlers are coming back, with Enzo being a sexual bad man and Mike Elgin doing whatever it is he did. What are your favorite tales of wrestlers performing acts of unspeakable evil, and what current wrestlers do you think have some shit to hide? I know you guys can't talk too much shit, so you can use code names and hints. Your friend, Andrew, a.k.a. Kid Cash Me Outside. I don't have any favorite fucking tales of unspeakable evil. They're evil, man. I'm not rooting for any of that shit. No answer. Mike, how about you?
I think I remember a rumor that's probably unfounded and not true of Sabu like kicking a dog or something down the stairs, or a cat. I think that was something that happened. Shit. I don't think I saw this email when it came in, or else I would have thought of a laundry list of wrestlers doing evil. As far as wrestlers now, who I think do evil stuff, I would say all of them. I mean, I think there's a lot of people that get outraged about wrestling on the internet, and I don't understand how they found wrestling. Like, it's just like it's a business of like broken people. Like, I expect them all to be horribly evil to an extent. So I can't really think like offhand of any other unspeakable evil acts that I enjoyed, but I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure, like, I feel like there's a Sandman story that's good, and there's definitely some New Jack stories that are pretty good, but nothing I remember, unfortunately. Next episode. There's 2 emails. They're both from Cole, so I'll just read them both.
What's up, Cole?
Dumb 20-year-old shit is called. Hey guys, it's been a hot minute since my last Q, so here's a shitty one. What wrestler has the most aesthetic? And he spelled it very stylistically. This mostly counts for merch, considering I don't know how one has aesthetic in the ring, but I think Cassius Ohno, Meika Satomura, and Yamamoto have ring aesthetic. I guess I judged that by thinking of a highlight tape of them edited with a VHS filter to some vaporwave or some corny shit that I used to make when Adobe wasn't so fucking expensive. Thanks, boys. Keep up the stellar performance. Shit's been hot for years, but you already know that. Cole, a.k.a. Rexy Joey P, a.k.a. Jocka Flocka Flame, a.k.a. Chris Hero, a.k.a. Hash Chisako, a.k.a. The Notorious BB, a.k.a. Youngest Boy. P.S. I popped the crowd at a Lucha Libre and Laughs show in Denver a couple weeks ago by freaking out and screaming Bryce fucking Remsburg when he came out, and also screaming Let's Go Spicy Boy when Fire Ant's match started, doing the Lord's work. So then Cole wrote back follow-up. Fuck, after like 2 minutes, I thought of more dudes who got my juicy aesthetic. Shibata, Volkan, Pancras era, Minoru Suzuki, ZSJ maybe, Takayama, Raven, Dean Malenko. That's all I've got right now. There's probably a ton of Joshi that could dominate the list, but I'll leave that for Al to determine. Also, did you guys know that Mike V, aka Mike Vallely, wrestled? Motherfucker's done everything there is to do. Let's talk skateboarding one day and worship Jerry Sue and have Corey Duffel be CZW champ, because that dude looked like he'd be into getting his back cut up with glass. Do you have any answers for this, Al? Because I don't even know if I follow this question.
I think Kota and Shibata have like secret Tumblrs where they're like posting like clips of SoundCloud rappers, I bet. Those would be my 2 guesses. Yeah, those 2 are my guesses. Dean Malenko's a pretty funny one. I bet like on the weekends he's wearing like Off-White and shit and very like high-end expensive streetwear. In my head, that's like pretty hilarious. I did not note that Mike Vallely wrestled, but his part in CKY2K where he fights those bros is pretty great. I will say regarding Jerry Sue, I remember back in the day where I would skate over the summers, and all my Asian homies wanted to beat Tuan Nguyen because he skated for shorties, and like he was pretty swagged out. But Jerry Sue was like my guy because he was from San Jose, and he had a very chill vibe about him. So I always ride for Jerry Sue. I fuck with Enjoy. So Cole, and hopefully Drug Dogs. I hope you guys smiled at that Jerry Sue shout out.
Yeah. As far as merch aesthetic, I don't really know. The problem is I don't think outside of fucking people like Roman Reigns and Ryback, a lot of people their merch changes. It's like too drastically different, like from shirt to shirt. So it's kind of hard for somebody to have an aesthetic. I would say Shibata, the person that always has some plain ass shirts, and yeah, man. Outside of him, I have Jun Kasai. He has a pretty weird aesthetic going on as far as merch goes. Yeah, but outside of them, I couldn't really say anything. That just like some people that stick to their guns. I would say most deathmatch guys, like they kind of have their specific aesthetic, and they're not they don't shy away too far from that.
Hey, listen, Cole, Mike and I are both 30-something office workers, dude. Like, we don't get this question, to be honest.
You're next.
Oh, am I? No, oh no,
yeah,
you read it. My fault. Next up is from Johnny. What up, Johnny? Titled Wrestling Gang Mentality, cuh. What's up, guys? So I have been seeing a lot of division lines being drawn in the sand lately when it comes to WWE fans saying that they feel as if they are being invaded by outside indie guys or Puro fans that seem to have won some imaginary war just because Nakamura and Asuka won the Rumble. A majority of the time, I'd like to believe that they are trolling for the sake of wanting to get spicy commentary on their page, but some of those comments make it feel like dudes are legit believing that the Suzuki-gun guys are out here rolling up in a 1977 Monte Carlo, guns drawn, ready to give John Cena that Ricky from Boys in the Hood treatment. My question to you is, how should you respond to those people who are clearly too enmeshed in something that should be a hobby and are afraid to change to something they have personalized? And also, which factions/stables do you believe in a real-life setting can be about that gang life, and who would you have them war against in an all-out Bloods versus Crips war? I see the aforementioned Suzuki-gun being a good gang, if only for the fact that Iizuka already looks like a wild vet in a gang game who isn't above schooling the young bloods about how to properly rep the set while drinking a King Cobra and promptly reminding them that they ain't shit. Thanks again, and keep the good work. P.S. Thanks, Al, for all the merch over the past few months. See you in Long Beach. Johnny, a.k.a. Mr. No Hover Hands, on your favorite women's wrestler, a.k.a. I'm at work, but not about to look up wrestlers to make creative names. Man, so I saw that photo of the Usos and Rusev dipped in a vest as well, like in Uso gear, and like that would be number one, like the gang that would take over any block for fucking sure. A gang that I would want them to war with, the Elite, because the Elite would get fucking bodied. So I'm rooting for that war for sure. I think I answered that. I just want the Usos and Rusev to like just be like criminals, like in real life. How about you, Mike?
I think it's it's a pretty small gang, but Nick Gage always says he's gang affiliated, Eastern Bloc, yep. MDK, and he's pretty scary alone. So he doesn't need any other gang members that actually wrestle. So I'm just gonna say Nick Gage's imaginary gang that he believes in, that I don't know if is real or not, but I'm afraid of them. So there you go. As far as the WWE wrestling fans that are,
oh, that's right. I forgot to answer that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get. I have an NXT Takeover Road report coming, so I'm gonna get well into stupid WWE wrestling fans coming up. Brian wrote in, even though he had a dream match, I'm gonna read this anyways real quick, just because it's not really like a list like the other people wrote. But he wrote, what's good to my Virtual Pros Familia? It's Brian. I was going to say AJ Styles versus Nakamura, but it looks like we're getting that at WrestleMania. Al, I'm getting my ticket so we can watch our mans win the title on the big stage, and we will be getting OD fucked up off Henny. Proud of everything you guys have done and will continue to do. I'm starting to get bummed out that I can't go to WrestleMania. Not so much the WrestleMania part, just like the everything else part, because it seems like they're just going for it. They're swinging for the fences, all these indie companies. And I think it might honestly, I think like maybe 5 years down the road, if they keep this up, it might lead to where there's more interest in everything else more than WrestleMania. And then WrestleMania is going to really have to rethink what the fuck they're doing. But we'll see.
Are you 100% out? You're not going, right?
I mean, unless something like really crazy happens where I just like stumble upon like a couple grand within the next few weeks, then maybe. But I would say, or if somebody's like, hey, I'm driving from New York to New Orleans and I have a place to stay. Like if something like that happens, or like I just like luck into something, then maybe. But yeah, it's not looking promising.
Listeners, I'll start that GoFundMe. Send Mike to Mania. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Next up is from Denzel, Real Nerd Hours. What up, Denzel? Titled Conspiracies and Other Shit. Man, y'all love this conspiracy talk. What up? It's your man, the Feds. Do you guys know any solid Graps conspiracy theories? Those seem like they could be fun. I started looking up some, but the ones I found are stupid. As a few examples, Shawn Michaels and Vince were lovers, the Montreal Screwjob was faked, and the WWE doesn't want Daniel Bryan to come back because they still want to make Roman Reigns happen. Those are all dumb. What are the real good ones? The intrigue, the murder, the lizard people. Also, what have you learned after 2 years as a top Graps podcast? Peace and chicken grease, Denzel, a.k.a. Gin and Jushin Thunder Liger, a.k.a. Shinsuke Drunkamura, King of Strong Ale, a.k.a. Trillam Beers, Combat Alcoholism, a.k.a. Dai Tuhati, a.k.a. Lufising Your Chick, a.k.a. Katsu Danfuji, a.k.a. Call Me Yuka Kinoshita, because I'm going to be mukbanging your girl and socially eating out. Come on, Denzel. It's too blue. Can't be reading those things. we did a conspiracy theories episode, and like I think we just like kind of debunked all of them for the most part, from what I recall, like a year ago. I don't have any like favorite conspiracy theories or any solid ones. Are there any recent ones that I can think of? No, not really. How about you, Mike?
Yeah, I was actually, coincidentally enough, trying to think of some way to spin the conspiracy theory thing for a segment for this week, and it didn't happen. And because I remembered we did an episode about this, but yeah, I mean, outside of the old ones, but Denzel's not an old school wrestling fan, so maybe he doesn't know him. But Jimmy Snuka murdered his girlfriend, which is it's pretty much like a done fact that he did that. Lex Luger murdered Elizabeth, which may or may not be true. Fucking, what was the other big one? My favorite one, which really isn't a conspiracy, and I said this on the episode, is that when Vince McMahon tried to book Sabu, and he like asked for too much money or something, but supposedly Sabu was speaking in third person the whole time, and so Vince McMahon said, "Tell Sabu to fuck Sabu," but supposedly, according to insider sources, that never really happened. But according to Sabu, I think one of us asked him, and he said, I've never heard that before. So yeah, I don't think that's true. But yeah, I mean, outside of like the old ones, I can't think of any really super new ones that aren't just nerdy shit. Like they're fucking burying this guy on purpose or stuff like that. No one cares about shit like that. I will say
I do like. Oh, go ahead.
I will say I really like, even though I really like the Montreal Screwjob was fake conspiracy. I really hope that's found out to be true someday.
The Benoit being murdered by the mafia one's kind of interesting too. I think there's a video on it somewhere. Yeah. I'll try to track it down for you, Denzel. I do have a good answer though about what have I learned after 2 years of being the top Graps podcast. And I've learned that like I guess like people that are like no longer fans of us, like they're like no longer fans because like Mike has experience with like being an internet personality, me not so much. And so like when we've had like these falling out with people, it's because like they were super, super down like at the beginning, and like they DM us like to try to talk to us as friends, like, hey, what should I wear? And like that stuff, like I do not give a fuck about. I will not respond to you. And like more and more they'll catch on and see that we're not interested in like reciprocating that friendship. And then they make that 180 turn and start to hate on us. And so like what I've learned is like dealing with psychopaths is like, I wouldn't say I'm not built for it, but like I can see, how do I put this? It's very weird to deal with super fans. And like, I think I get better and better at it every day, but it still kind of freaks me out. But I do think I'm better at it now than I was like a year ago.
Yeah, I completely forgot about this whole learned after 2 years. Yeah, I think I just learned that I learned a lot, I guess. I learned that wrestling fans are probably more weird than I thought to begin with.
Hell yeah.
And I still naively always give them the benefit of the doubt. Like I'm always optimistic about it. And I've said this since probably like the 6 months we're into this, but I'm still really amazed by how bad other wrestling podcasts are. I'm just really, I found like, over the past 2 years, I found like 10 listenable wrestling podcasts, and I searched really hard. That's not counting wrestling podcasts that wrestlers do. I don't count those because I think they have an unfair advantage since, if you're a baseball player and you do a baseball podcast, I think most people are going to listen to that. Outside of some bum doing a fucking baseball podcast. So, but yeah, outside of that, yeah. And at the same time, I've learned that a lot of wrestling fans are really cool too. You just got to fucking find which ones are cool.
That's it.
Yeah, and which ones. Like I think after I get into this NXT takeover report, I think I found out that mostly, for the most part, when I started this, I probably thought independent wrestling fans were probably way weirder and more fucking unapproachable than people who go to regular WWE shows, but I don't believe that anymore after last weekend. So I think for the most part, at least in the Northeast, I mean, I've met a lot of cool people in the Northeast and at AIW in Cleveland. So at least for those fans, I would say they're much better off than the fucking average WWE fan. That was actually the last email as far as outside of Dream Match email. So you got any two-man scramble topics, Al?
I do have two, and they're pretty solid, I feel like. We'll see. So on Saturday, the Lonely Warrior, Minoru Suzuki, crippled hair legend Hiroshi Tanahashi and took his belt in the process. He looked like a total badass doing it. But then I remembered that Minoru Suzuki on the regular wears stance socks. Stance socks is for credit card scammers and for JV basketball players that don't get to play. He also drinks a lot of Starbucks Frappuccinos on Instagram. And he was caught like mugging at his camera while listening to 24 Karat Gold by Bruno Mars. Do you think his Instagram presence has any effect on his believability as a killer?
I don't know, man. It's tough. I did see he posted the cologne that he wears, and I was like, it's I forget what store it is, but it's a store right near me. And I was like, man, I gotta go there and smell that. And I was like, that was gonna be my deciding factor about Suzuki's Instagram presence, but I haven't gone there yet because it's some kind of like black pepper shit, and I'm like, that could be like a manly ass smell, but maybe it's not though. Like he does drink a lot of frappuccinos, but so this is an ongoing report. Hopefully by the next episode, I wish I could remember what place it is, but it's a place right by me, and I will go there and I'm going to smell Minoru Suzuki's cologne and see how much of a man he really is.
I don't know what kind of black hole I was in like one night, but I was reading like old MMA forums from like 2009. And I guess the rumor was about Minoru Suzuki is that like he'd stop by gyms in America to roll and he would get washed.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know. I hope he's not listening. I don't want him to break my fingers. I think all of his merchandise is incredible. But I don't know, man. Those stance socks, they really throw me off. My next one, my last one actually for Two Man Scramble. Sunday, it marked the day in wrestling that I thought I'd never see, where the biggest wrestling company. Hey, Mike, check your connection because it's like going fucking crazy.
Really? Fuck.
Yeah.
How about now?
It sounds cool,
okay.
But like it did it once. But yeah, it's secure.
Yep.
All right, my last one. Sunday marked the day in wrestling that I thought I'd never see, where the biggest wrestling company in history showed respect to not one, but two Asian wrestlers. Like when Nakamura eliminated Roman Reigns and did the Nakamura point to the sign, like mentally, like it almost made up for all the shit, like Jet Li not getting to date Aaliyah at the end of Romeo Must Die, or Carmelo Anthony being a fucking snake and booting Jeremy Lin off the Knicks during what had to be like one of the craziest runs a point guard has had in years. Like this might be like a little bit of recon for Merchamania 18. This is a big one. Like I've won two, Mike's won two. This is like a tiebreaker of sorts. And the t-shirts I've seen like in the past couple months, like I'm afraid. But Mike, like they are absolutely going to fucking hoe out both Nakamura and Asuka come Mania time, right? They're going to get beat like in 30 seconds, both of them. Like this is too good to be true, right? What do you think?
I don't think they're going to do Rousey Asuka at WrestleMania. So I think she's safe. The Nakamura thing, I think can go either way. I can't remember offhand, but I feel like the last two WrestleManias have been like real shitty, like where they're just letting like all the wrong people win. And I mean, I don't really know if Nakamura's the right person to win against AJ Styles. I think he's just the right person to win because he's the sort of de facto good guy in that, and I think the good guys should always win the titles at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It's still just like I before WrestleMania started, I looked at like all of the last WrestleManias, like all the winners, and I was like, okay, it's been literally 5 years since they had somebody that fans like kind of liked or were kind of surprised by win this. And it's so like the last 5 years have been people that everybody has hated. And I think like it's just been unanimously like people have hated the winner and they knew who was going to win like going into it. So I think this year they were like, we got to throw them a bone. So you might be right. You might, by the time WrestleMania rolls around, they might just fucking not care anymore. And they might just let AJ Styles win it. Same time, it's fucking SmackDown. Who gives a shit? Outside of like John Cena coming back and making it a 3-way or something like that, I think it's anybody's ball game as far as that one goes. And I think Asuka's safe until after WrestleMania, I think.
All right. I still feel like I'm going to be in the stands, like with my face in my hands, just super mad that I spent like $3,000 to watch like my favorite dude just get played out. Oh my God. That's all I had.
Okay. I don't really have much outside of some road reports.
Yeah, I'm excited.
The only thing I really do have, I don't even have Instagram all week, but the only thing I do have is this is kind of a request more than anything. But I was talking about this on Twitter. Raw 25 happened, and I was listing my top 5 Raw moments of the past 25 years. And one of them, I would probably say my number one, is the episode of Raw where Bob Holly was doing the Big Shot Bob Holly gimmick, and he's like wandering backstage looking for the Big Show, just opening random doors, and he screams to somebody, "Hey, you seen the Big Show?" And whoever's on the other side says no, and he says, "Well, you tell him the Big Shot's looking for him." And it's like, for whatever reason, it's just been one of my favorite moments of Raw of all time. And like a while ago, like months and months ago, I think Bahu found the date for me of when Bob Holly stopped being hardcore Bob Holly and became the Big Shot Bob Holly. And I just kind of assumed, because in my mind, I remembered this as the first time he said, "Well, you tell him the Big Shot's looking for him," was the first time he called himself the Big Shot. So I just assumed that was the episode. I went back this week, I watched that episode, and it's not. And then I watched like the next few episodes, and it doesn't happen in any of them. I like searched like every reference of Bob Holly and the Big Show in the same show, and I can't find this fucking episode. So if anybody out there can find the date of this episode, I would be eternally grateful. If you remember what the fuck I'm talking about, you probably not, because everybody listens to the show as a young person and probably does not remember that episode. But like, it had to happen after June 1999. That's all I could tell you. And, you know, it could have been an episode of SmackDown, but I don't think it was, because I didn't watch SmackDown that heavy back then. So, I mean, I've never watched it that heavy, so I don't think it was SmackDown. It could have been. It wasn't Heat, because I also didn't watch, but Raw was the one show that I definitely watched every week. So, if you know what the fuck I'm talking about, please let me know.
It's Raw, definitely. It's definitely Raw. It's funny when you like posted that, like, the Big Shot Bob Holly was like such a cult favorite between like my friends and I in high school. Yeah. It was them and the Meat Street Posse, where like no one gave a shit about him, kind of, but like they left this big impression. So I would also like to rewatch this episode of Raw and see the Big Shot at his best. I'd be really pumped about that.
Even the few, like the 4 or 5 episodes I watched, and I just watched like the Big Shot Bob Holly segments, they're amazing. Like, he's just this fucking guy who's challenging all these big dudes like Kane and shit, and just talking shit to him. He of course calls Kane a big red retard in like the first episode, and like, I don't know, it's fucking great. Like, all his shit is great. So yeah, he's like one of those. It's crazy, like, watching it now. Like, the thing that the Attitude Era had that was actually great, that people tend to forget, is that every character, big or small, had something going on. They had some kind of storyline going on. And Big Shot Bob Holly just kind of lost, because there's so many larger-than-life characters going on. And I think right now, if Big Shot Bob Holly existed right now, he'd be, like, the top star on Raw. Because it's, like, all of their characters now are just, like, so one-dimensional. So Big Shot Bob Holly would have been up there as one of the best ones ever. Okay. Outside of that, a couple weeks ago, I went to GCW. Already blanking on what the fuck they called the Hit 'em Up. I think it was called Hit 'em Up. GCW. Okay. Hit 'em Up. And this was the last event. GCW stands for Game Changer Wrestling. And this was the last event they're having at Game Changer World in Howell, New Jersey. So it seems like they unfortunately picked a bad name for their wrestling promotion, because their main venue is being shut down. Somebody bought it, and you know, they're not gonna have fucking extreme hardcore wrestling there anymore, I don't think.
Before you go on, is Game Changer World like a PC bar? Like, what is Game Changer World? Do they play just like fucking PC games there? I've never like understood what Game Changer World was to begin with.
It's just a shitty venue. Like, there's one here in New Jersey, and then I think there's one somewhere in Pennsylvania, and I assume they're the same people own them. But yeah, it's just kind of like a shitty music venue. It does look like at one point that building may have housed a laser tag or something, and then they just hollowed everything out and made it into like kind of a music venue. Like, there's a shitty snack bar, and there used to be a stage at some point, I think. But yeah, so it's just kind of like a room, and And it's one of those places where everybody, like all the security or what, I don't even think there's anybody that's legitimately security there, but everybody who works there kind of turns their head when it comes to smoking weed and drinking and just being a debaucherous person in the parking lot. And those kind of moments are few and far between these days in life, where you, especially me at my advanced age, I'm not going to like punk shows anymore, where I can just do whatever I want. But I should say I am an adult, and as again, and not to bring race into it, but I'm a white adult. And as that, I'm just like, I could drink and smoke weed anywhere the fuck I want. Like, nothing's gonna happen to me. I'm an adult, and I've had that mentality through most of my life. But deep down, I know that I can get arrested. But there, you feel safe. You feel safe just smoking weed, doing drugs, just drinking in this parking lot. It's a great fucking time. Everybody's doing the same shit. You don't have to sneak around. It's an amazing time, and they are leaving. So I don't know where the fuck they're gonna open again. I don't know what kind of place they're gonna have to get this freedom. So I'm just like, I gotta live it up. Like, this got to be the last hurrah. So yeah, we went. Me and Adam, at KCZW fans, and we met up with a bunch of people. Brian, who listens to the show, Dan, fucking Big Ange, like a bunch of people that listen to the show and support it. And we all had a good time. And like, yeah, I didn't take notes because I'm not a nerd, but GCW is just like, I don't know. It's like I think all these companies are trying to do the like the dream matches, that like the indie darling dream matches, but GCW is trying to do the dream matches for people that grew up watching like FMW and Big Japan and stuff like that. And it's working. Like, I think it's like a really special thing. And of course, if you are prone to not watching people getting smashed to pieces with fucking light tubes and getting syringes stuck in their fucking bodies, it's not for you. But for those people that can tolerate that shit, it's like a really crazy thing. This particular show had the Headhunters. I never in my life, in my wildest dreams, imagined I would have seen the Headhunters twice in my life. No less once. And so this is the second time seeing them. Saw them last year in AIW. And I don't know if I had rose-colored glasses on that first time, or they just somehow got extremely more out of shape since this since the AIW show. Because the AIW show, they wrestled 3 times, I think. This was once, and man, they were bad. The one who has like the messed up leg, like he wasn't even really in the ring. He can't even wear the pointy boots. He has to wear like these like orthopedic shoes, and that's real sad. So they're like, the wrestling was not good on their end. Like, I don't think anybody expected it to be good. But at the beginning of the match, like, they set up the plunder. They set up like, the doors, because for whatever reason, GCW and CZW, they use doors instead of tables. So they set those. They set up like a bat with tacks in it, and I like a wiffle ball bat with tacks in it. And I will say, I was texting somebody, and a tack hit me in the chest. Like, I was just fucking sitting there.
No
and I was like,
way.
I was just like. And I was just like, what the fuck? And I like looked up, and I just saw like one of them like holding the tack, like the tack bat, just hitting the other guy with it. And I was like, oh, that was a tack. I'm glad that wasn't my fucking face. And but yeah, so like when they were setting up all the plunder, they set up this pole like at the turnbuckle, and I'm like, I don't know what that's for. And so the match goes on. It's going on. They're brawling, getting all bloody. I will say they got a lot more bloody than they did in AIW. And so like, I guess, whatever is supposed to be the ending spot to this match comes up, and the one that does the moonsault, he climbs up, of course, the turnbuckle where the pole is hanging. So I'm like, he needs the pole to balance. And so he's climbing up the ropes, and he grabs the pole, and like, as soon as he grabs it, the pole just immediately bent, and he just fucking eats it. Like, he just eats it like into the canvas. And fucking, I don't know if it was Reed Bentley or John Wayne Murdoch, the rejects, but one of them had pinned him after that. And like, I videotaped this, and a bunch of people put GIFs to this on the internet, and I've watched it like 300 times, and I'm still like, I don't know if it was planned for him to fucking, like, I don't, like, this is my wrestling conspiracy, Denzel. Like, if you listen to the AIW podcast, John Thorne tells a story how the one that does the moonsault says, he wants a championship run. I'm the one who does the moonsault. And so that's his claim to fame, is he's the headhunter that can still do the moonsault. And so I have this conspiracy theory that he can't do the moonsault anymore. Something happened within the last year, And so his big plan was to be like, hey man, set up this pole so it looks like I need it for balance. but really I can't do the moonsault, so I'm just going to fall off of it. And that is my honest to God conspiracy. I don't think this dude ever had any intentions of doing the moonsault. Watch the fucking videos if you don't believe me. It's on our Instagram. No, I don't think I put it on our Instagram because I didn't want to, like, they follow us, and I it was if it is in fact not, like, if it is in fact not planned, I don't want to show the embarrassing part of Game Changer Wrestling of this guy falling, but I don't know. But outside of that, it was a fun time. This guy's Cyclope, man. Not the Cyclope from not Halloween from the old WCW days. There's a new Cyclope, and he is going to be. Is
it his son or what?
No, it's just some dude, because like his Cyclope's name wasn't Cyclope in Mexico, so they I don't think that was ever used in Mexico. So, and I forget what it means. I think it just means like fair or something like. No, it doesn't mean fair. It means something like terror or something like that. I can't remember what it means, but yeah. So like this guy is like, he's gonna be, I don't know, he's gonna be the new fucking guy that's almost gonna die in a death match. He is a fucking maniac. Him and his two friends, Extremo Miedo or whatever the fuck his name is, and Violento Jack, who's been in Japan. But like these guys are all fucking maniacs. But that Cyclope dude is like on another level of just, he's the guy who, as mentioned on a past episode, took the fish hook in the mouth, and that's like his spot. Like that's like a thing he does. He didn't do it this time around, but that was like, I mean, I haven't seen that many matches in real life, but as far as like death matches that like vary from actually being brutal to like actually being good to watch, and you're not just watching because you're like a fucking blood ghoul and you just need to see people bleed. He fought that dude G-Raver, and that was like, I don't know, it was a fucking probably the best death match I've ever seen. And I posted a video of him on our Instagram, and he immediately started following us, even though I didn't tag him. Somebody else tagged him in it, and he has a private Instagram, and it's just, he just takes selfies of his face. Like it's not anything. It's not anything crazy. It's just like him taking selfies, and it's just like, huh. That's what a deathmatch guy does, I guess. He just takes selfies. But yeah, like GCW is a fucking great time, and I know they have a show coming up in Allentown. I don't know where or when they'll be back in New Jersey, but hopefully I get to catch them again. Hopefully this wasn't my last hurrah, but I had a bunch of fun. But the main event was this last weekend. I went to NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. I did not go to Rumble. I just went to NXT. I also took my girlfriend with me. It was the first time seeing live wrestling, and really watching. Like, she's watched some, like I forced her to watch some shit, but I'm not like, hey, you need to see 6'3" Like, I'm not like that. Like, but you know, if like Raw is on or something and I want to watch it, like I'll just be like, I gotta watch this for a minute. So she went, and usual crew of big old Jay Welf and Joe and this kid Ryan that listens to the show. He brought his girlfriend, Chuck, who also listens to the show. We all met up down there, and I was kind of like, I told her ahead of time, I was like, you're gonna see people like with replica like championship belts and sweatpants, and she was like, no, and I was like, yeah, you're gonna see that. And so in my mind, like, I was just like, this is gonna be like a hilarious thing. Like, in my mind, this stuff always seems a lot more hilarious until I'm like experiencing it, and then I'm just like, fuck, man, this is something. But basically, I guess I'll just start off with we all met up at a bar before that, and they had like 22-ounce beers for $4. So I was just getting fucking wrecked, and like I was already going in the show probably too uncomfortably drunk, like the last time I went to TakeOver actually. And I ordered an Uber XL, and my only other experience with an Uber XL, because there's 6 of us. My only other experience with Uber XL is when, ironically, I was in Cleveland going to Wrestle Rager for AIW, and I was so drunk going to that I ordered an Uber XL for myself, just all by myself. And like a guy just pulled up in a really nice Escalade, and I got in, and he like paused for a second, and he was like, "Is it just you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Okay." And like, and we went, and like, you know, like 3 days later, I was like, oh, there's Uber XL. Like, that was for more than one person. Oh, well. So this time, like, so I ordered this Uber XL. I'm expecting like a nice Escalade. It's somebody's like caravan. Like, everybody, like, it pulls up and everybody's just like, no, like, there's no way. And I think, I don't think beggars can be choosers when it comes to Uber XLs. There's only so many cars that hold 6 people at once. We made Wells sit in the front because he's a personable person. He loves fucking shooting the shit with people. And he's having a good old time. I think he pointed out the dude's speedometer had like 300,000 miles on it. And we're just like, man. Josh Welf was having such a good time with the fucking driver talking about fucking goddamn Dominican League baseball that he made a wrong turn somewhere, and we're just lost for a little while, and made us late, so we didn't get there on time. We didn't get to see those enthralling opening matches. Outside of that, I'm just trying to see where I start. I also forgot to mention I had Cleaver's cheesesteaks earlier in the day, and I think that's my new favorite cheesesteak. I think that place might be kind of like a basic bitch place because it kind of looks like a Chipotle almost on the inside, but I don't give a fuck. That was the best cheesesteak I've had, I think, in Philadelphia at least. So I back Cleaver's. Check it out if you haven't been there. But anyway, we sit in our seats. And I immediately can tell. Actually, I immediately could tell. Ryan bought me a beer for taking care of getting the tickets and everything, and getting this Uber and shit. He bought me a beer, and I walked about 20 feet before some fatso in a fucking Bullet Club T-shirt just wasn't paying attention and bumped right into me and knocked about $4 worth of my beer onto the floor. Oh. And I'm just like, you fucking piece of shit. And it was just kind of like that where we sat down, and I was just like, man, it's gonna be one of those shows. And even by the end of the night, Wolf was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't go to shows like this anymore. This is fucking terrible. These people are the worst. This is the fucking worst crowd I've ever been around. And I think I'm with him. It's just it was just shit. Okay, I know. Okay, this is actually the first thing I heard. I can't remember why, but people started chanting yes, they were doing the yes chant, and I heard the fucking ding dong behind me say, I can't chant yes. Unless Daniel Bryan is out, because I find it disrespectful. And I'm just like, oh boy. Oh boy. So that was I was just like, oh boy. So I knew this chant existed, but where people, I hear people bitching about it on the internet where people, they do the 2 counts, and then after it, people do the sweet. They do that after the 2 counts.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I may have heard it faintly on wrestling before, but it's never bothered me. But much like the 10 chant, being there in real life, it's way fucking worse. It was I was just I want to fucking murder everybody. It is the absolute worst thing you could do. You everybody's doing that, just fucking burn in hell forever. You're all the worst people. You sound like fucking idiots, man. It was the fucking worst. Also, there was these things called crab fries, which everybody's like, you gotta try these crab fries. And I'm a smart person, so I put 2 and 2 together that crab fries are just probably fries with Old Bay seasoning on them. But I'm also a sucker for marketing, so I was like, I'll try these crab fries. I went up to the counter, and they were $12.50, and I was like, I can't believe I'm about to pay $12.50 for some goddamn French fries with Old Bay seasoning on them. They came with some white cheese sauce, and I will say they were in fact French fries with Old Bay seasoning on them. And
damn, really? I thought they'd be like crab meat fries. No, it's just seasoning.
Yeah, it's like crab chips. I'm obviously closer to Maryland than you, but they put crab on the end of anything, where it's just crab chips, crab fries, crab this, crab that, and it's just Old Bay seasoning. Usually.
Oh man.
And I have a thing where I could probably eat about 10 French fries before I'm just I can't, I'm sick of this, unless they have meat on them or something. I can't deal with French fries, and so I had to eat this whole bucket of fucking French fries because they're $12.50, and I wasn't about to waste them. At the same time, I got very excited because they had Butteritas there, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I didn't know
that's right.
I didn't know they still bought Butteritas in arenas. I paid $14.50 for a Butterita. I never want to repeat that again in my life. That was I was like, man, I could get 5 Butteritas right now for this price, and that was a lot of money. And that was luckily I had that closer to the end of the show, because that put me over the edge where I was just anything else I'm gonna throw up. So the most embarrassing part of the night was actually the most embarrassing part of the night while I was still there was the main event happens, which again, I was pretty shithouse, but as far as I can tell, that really was the best NXT match I've ever seen. Do you agree, Al? You saw it live without the interruptions of idiots. So what do you think about that match?
Don't speak so soon, because listener Joel to Sleep was on a pretty serious Henny wave, and I don't mean to rat him out or anything, but I will say that I didn't get to watch that match uninterrupted. What I did see, though, it was great. It was really good, but I think I need to rewatch it to get a full judgment on that match.
Okay.
I mean, it was better, like head and shoulders above Sami Zayn Nakamura. You think?
I'd have to rewatch it again, man. Like, I got home and like the next day I saw that it was like 32 minutes long, and I was like, man, I thought that shit was like 8 minutes long. So I was pretty drunk. So I don't know, but it seemed like live, it seemed like the greatest match I've ever seen. So I don't know, but it seemed fucking up there at least.
Yeah.
So when this match started, Selena Vega's out there and she's wearing some tight red pants, and the guy behind us, the same Daniel Bryan guy, is like just talking about her ass like over and over. I'm used to hanging out with Welf, so I'm used to hearing guys talking about women's asses openly, but even this was even embarrassing Welf to the point. But there's like, he's just like, I can't even concentrate on this match. I just keep looking at her ass. And then he says, I'm sorry guys, I just can't concentrate. I haven't been laid in months. And I was like, that's pretty funny. And then like 2 seconds later, he follows it up, maybe even years. And I was just like, okay, dude, there is a big difference between months and years. So, so it's probably been years. So yeah, then we leave. We took an Uber there, so I was just like, I don't know if that's even a possible thing. So we ended up taking the train back, because I've never taken the train to Philadelphia before. So while we're waiting for the train, two things happen. The first thing is a bunch of, I would say, people in their early 20s, maybe late teens, but probably early 20s, all in Elite or Bullet Club or Young Bucks t-shirts, pretend super kicked each other on the train platform for about 10 minutes. And it was just as dorky as you would imagine, as that sounded. Like, they're just pretend super kicking each other over and over again. And I was just like, I can't fucking believe this. At the same time,
like slapping their thigh and everything, and that level of detail. That's cool.
And selling it and just everything, just over and over again, just for 10 minutes. And at the same time, a minor celebrity walks onto the platform with us, and it is the long-haired front row guy from wrestling and his mom. They walk up next to us, and I'm just like, holy shit, there's that guy. And of course, Welf talks to anybody, so he just walks right up to him, starts talking to him. He's making fun of these fucking kids to him and shit like that. And Welf talked to him much more than I did, but he seemed like a pretty cool guy. There was a part when we all got on the train together, and like when one of the stops came up, some kid said something to him. He's like, "Oh, like, you rule, front row guy," or something like that. And like, he got off the train.
Yeah.
And Welf was like, "You see?" He's like, "That's pretty cool." Like, I just said that, and he's like, "Yeah." And front row guy was like, "Yeah, it's pretty cool, but like, usually people say like way worse shit to me." And I was like, "Really? Like what?" And he's like, they just ask me questions I don't want to answer, or like, they like accuse me of like getting all my tickets for free and blah blah blah. And I was like, man, it's being pretty rough being the long-haired front row guy. Like, I started feeling kind of bad for him, because I'm just like, because I thought about the night and just like all these fucking idiots I ran into, and I was like, yeah, man, like, there's probably wrestling dudes, because everybody, like, all these people are just mongoloid, so I can imagine like the shit he gets from all these mongoloid wrestling fans. And so like, I was just like, man, I feel really bad for the front row guy. And then and so yeah, like, we left, we got off this, how like he was carrying one of the fucking chairs, when you sit in the front row, or like the first three rows, you get the chairs. The stop we got off, this dad and his younger, like, I would say 13-year-old kid, 13-year-old kid, got off with us, and they were carrying the chairs too, so they were obviously in the front row. And the kid said something. He was like, man, I can't believe people would make fun of the front row guy like that. And like, me and Welf were like, yeah. And Welf gave him a Rip Tom Strong sticker. And and the kid's like, I know this guy. He was like, I saw him at CZW. And I was like, I saw him there too. And he's like, he sucks. And he was just like, and I was like, yeah, man, he does suck. And then he was like, his name's not Tom Strong though. And like, he's like, you spelled it wrong. And Wolf was like, yeah, dude, that's on purpose. And then so we left. And my girlfriend tells me like a little later, she was like, that kid you're talking to, he had Donald Trump as his wallpaper on his phone. And I was like, that motherfucker, that little piece of shit kid. So, little fucking asshole kid. So, fuck you, kid. Fuck you, little 12-year-old. You can't even vote, you piece of shit. I think this has gone on long enough, but yeah, that's really it. Like, I had a really fun time, but yeah, I think I'm fucking like after this, I'm super cool with not going to WrestleMania. I'm gonna miss everything else, but I don't think I could hang with fucking I can't get any more drunk than I already was, so I just don't think I can hang with WWE crowds. I'm sure that makes me sound like a fucking snob, but it was just like, it's tough, man.
It does. Yeah, I was wondering about my experience at NXT Dallas while you were talking about yours. And yeah, I just remember being like super ripped and like not annoyed at anything. So if you're reporting that like even like inebriated, you can handle it, man, Philly sounds like a shitty time. I don't know.
I think we had bad luck of where we sat. Like, because, it wasn't everybody around us. It was mostly the people behind us. Like, the people in front of us said some dorky shit. And honestly, throughout the week, the day leading up to it, like when we went to Cleaver's to eat, there was some fucking meatball dudes sitting next to us that were like using insider terms and just like shit like that. And like here and there, it sucked. But I mean, mostly it was the dudes behind us. And I just think if we sat somewhere else, we might have like a completely different experience outside of the Too Sweet shit. That was all over the place. But, and it's a real sad chant.
Yeah, so I got tickets for the next New Japan show in Long Beach. This time around, as opposed to last time, it's like 4,700 people as opposed to like 1,000. And I thought the first show, the G1 show, was like pretty tolerable. I felt like everyone was like on the up and up. No one was too like dorky, but it's a numbers game this time. The odds are not in my favor, so I'm really worried about this whole experience. It could go kind of sideways.
I don't know, man.
Anyway,
there's so many people there trying to out respectful each other and be the most respectful crowd participant. So, I don't know.
It's possible. Up next, dream matches. Listen to the pros discuss the matchups that could only occur in the theater of our minds. Please stay tuned.
All right, we're back here on Virtual Pros episode 59, and this main segment we are going to be talking about our dream matches we would like to see happen. As far as mine go, mine are all things that could actually happen, but probably won't happen. Probably like very, very small chance to happen. And wanted to do this segment because this is a big week for dream matches. We've alluded to WrestleMania weekend. If you haven't heard, Joey Janela now announced for his WrestleMania spring break. He'll be going up against the Great Sasuke, which is a guy. I don't know, man. Like, Onita's one thing, but I never really imagined Great Sasuke just like hopping on over here to do a match. And it just seems like it's really like set the precedent where like this week or like a couple days later, Revolution Pro announced Minoru Suzuki, and I think there's like a couple other like crazy announcements. There's somebody Evolve's getting is some guy I never heard of from like fucking Dragon Gate. Well, Sawa, I don't know where the fuck he's from, but there's all these people getting
also
people from all over.
Great Muda's announced for the Kaiju show. as well.
Oh yeah, that was just today. Yeah, great Muta for Kaiju Big Battle, which is like not a thing. I don't know, man. So I think like everybody's just trying to like bring their ice out, as they would say. And so I was like, well, like between that and like something that happened on the Royal Rumble, I was like, that would make a good segment. So this is personally probably the most fantasy booking I've ever done in my life, because I usually don't think that way. I think pretty black and white in my head, but I was like coming up with scenarios for all this shit and like everything. So my first one's pretty basic. I had one, like the original one I thought was like, I actually cut most of it out because I was like, that's probably actually going to happen in 2018. So my first one is kind of like a Michinoku Pro review show, which it would be a 6-man tag, and I would have Great Sasuke, Taka, and Dick Togo on one team. Versus, and the other side would be a Lucha Underground review, and it would be Pentagon, Phoenix, and Aerostar. That would be my first match. I think that would be a fucking amazing match. And I like, obviously the Michinoku Pro guys can't really hang like they used to, but they're still pretty good for dudes that are up in age. And you know, obviously Phoenix and Aerostar are crazy high flyers, and Pentagon is a good base, as they would say. So so I just think that would be like an amazing dream match, because it's never gonna happen, even though all the components are there. And like, it's crazy. Like, once I started thinking about this, like there's still a lot of Michinoku Pro, like original Michinoku Pro guys still kicking around. And I could like book a whole card of Michinoku Pro versus Lucha Underground. Like Jody Fleisch is still around. Like Jody Fleisch versus Jack Evans would be a good match. I don't know if that's ever happened, but maybe it's happened. Chris Daniels is still around. Could do Curryman versus, like, I don't even fucking know. Like Curryman versus Dr. Wagner. Fucking Shinzaki still does shit. Super Dolphin still does shit. Like, there's just so many people that are still around. So like, I would just love to see this trios match headline this Michinoku Pro versus Lucha Underground show, and have it in that fucking gym with the blue mats in Japan that I don't know the name of. I think it would be a fucking great time, or even have it in the temple in fucking Boyle Heights. Either way, like, the more I thought about this, the more like I want it to actually happen, even though there's no, like, my other two are just completely fantastical, never happen in real life. But I really want this trios match to happen.
I would love for an arena setup to be like that, but do you think the typical wrestling fan can sit crisscross applesauce for 3 hours?
Yeah, I know I couldn't, so yeah, definitely not.
I also book these matches like in a way where like it's possible they could happen, not likely, but like no one's dead in these like matches that I booked or retired. Like, they're all still active, so it's possible. Like, I know everyone wants to see like Cena and Tanahashi. That's like the one that's like bandied about the most. But I made this a little more personable for myself. My first one is Io Shirai versus Rina for the rights to my heart. Mike, do you keep up with Japanese MMA at all? Most notably Ryzen.
No, not really, unfortunately.
It's cool. So Ryzen is like the new age pride. Like Nobuhiko Takada's like out like drumming like in his underwear and shit. Like, it's very theatrical. But their main star is Rina. She's very athletic. But most recently she lost to a grappler. She's a kickboxer, but like it looks like she has no ground game. So I feel like a couple more losses and she might be doing a Ronda Rousey and coming over to the real world of sports, pro wrestling. And
I thought she was also a wrestler, and she isn't she the one that got signed to UFC?
No, that's Siri. That's she's actually like both like an MMA lady and like partners with Kana and shit. Oh, Hikaru Shida, I mean. Anyway,
yeah, I like her. She's a cutie. That's the one I said I would like to give her a hug. That's the one. Okay.
But I don't think there's been like a Japanese like lady MMA like invasion before, like Shinya Hashimoto versus Naoya Ogawa. So I feel like if Reina decides to go and like join other athletic women, most notably Io Shirai, I would tune in for this. I think it'd be pretty sweet. I saw Reina like foot stomp someone in the face with no remorse, and I bet it'd be really rough. It'd be really good. It'd be really athletic. I want to watch it.
Okay, yeah, Al already said it, but I don't care if it's the most easy predict. It's the one I want to see happen, and it is, of course, Tanahashi versus American Tanahashi, aka John Cena. And I have like thought of like complete scenario for this. I want it to be like a WWE / New Japan joint promotion thing. I want it to happen in the Tokyo Dome, and I want it to be just like fucking like John Cena's Rocky going up against Tanahashi's Ivan Drago, and like just like John Cena being like super patriotic and going to like the Japanese countryside and doing like a fucking training montage to build the fight, like just carrying like rocks up a mountain and shit, and like fucking rolling logs down a hill and just like all this fucking crazy shit. And like once the match happens, I just want it to like him just like that long Tokyo Dome ramp entrance, just like a full fucking military band just set up from on both sides and just play fucking John Cena's theme and him just come out like draped in an American flag while like Tanahashi's like waiting in the ring for him. And I definitely want it to be like fucking US Open Challenge John Cena, where he's busting out his indie moves and everything. And like, I don't care who wins, but I honestly think like if that match ever happened, it would like, as much as John Cena has looked like shit, like on Raw and in that fucking Rumble, he's checked out, like he is gone. He just cares about movies now, but I don't give a shit, man. That Tanahashi Cena match would be fucking hot.
Yeah, that's always the way it's talked about. Like, I don't understand why people don't clamor for fucking Roman Reigns Okada. That'd be way better. But no, I can see why. Like, they've been the aces of their respective company for like what seems to be like a decade. I get it, guys. I get it. It's cool. I'd watch that shit too. My next one. I was such a fan of this match last year. It was between this guy and AJ Styles, and I liked the big man, little man dynamic where AJ Styles had to like use all of his guile, all of his smarts, all of his quickness to try and beat this guy, but he didn't. So I thought I'd take it like a little deeper, and I would just have kind of like this unrefined Daredevil fight Brock Lesnar and see what he could do against him. So this match I think would be pretty sweet. It'd be a Brock Lesnar versus Darby Allin. Wherever you want. It could be a Game Changer World. That'd be sweet in front of like 200 people. If only because like Darby Allin has to weigh like what, 140 pounds? 150 pounds? You think he's bigger than that? I don't know.
Dude, the thing is, okay.
He looks pretty slight.
I didn't mention this in my Game Changer World thing, but he wrestled on that, and he wrestled this dude who's named Eli Everfly, who's another one of these fucking Death Wish maniacs that just do all these flips into nothing because they don't give a fuck. But like Darby Allin like towered over this dude because he was very tiny. And Darby Allin definitely does not work when like he actually fights somebody that's bigger than him, which never really happens. But like it was a not good match. But he's deceptively like, I think he's like a good 6'1", like 6'2". So he's not tiny, but he's definitely, you know, small.
Well, he's definitely down to get like really fucked up, and he's really down to get like thrown around, right? And so like, why not have the #1 guy that's like good at this? Like, have him like mess him up for like 20 minutes and like have it be like some kind of like crazy scene. I just imagine that spot where like Big Show had Mysterio in the stretcher and he was just like slamming him against the pole, like not over and over again, but it looked really fucked up. I just imagine like that level of like bumpage for 20 minutes. And so I would love to see Darby Allin versus Brock Lesnar anywhere. I think it'd be pretty sweet.
That would be a good one, and I kind of went in the same direction. Not exactly, but my last one also involves Brock Lesnar, and this is kind of what made me think of this segment to begin with. Was the match he just had against Braun Strowman and Kane? There was a part in the match, probably the only part that people will ever remember. Braun Strowman knees Brock Lesnar, probably accidentally, but for real, in the face. Yeah. And Brock Lesnar immediately gets up and punches him right in the fucking face as hard as he can and says, "Fuck you," or something to him. He says something like that. And,
he says, slow the fuck down.
Okay, slow the fuck down. There we go.
Yeah.
So that happened, and it immediately made me think of this segment and my main event for my fake fantasy booking. And I want to see Brock Lesnar versus another man who likes to potato people and hit people hard, but is much smaller than Brock Lesnar, and his name is Low Key. He's about 5'3", and I'd love to see him pop some of that shit on Brock Lesnar and see what happens. And I have built this whole match, and like I don't know exactly where the venue. I think it would be like a mid-sized venue, like maybe a small arena, maybe like a Manhattan Center or something like that. And I just want I want the whole I want the match there'd be pre-match promos on a fucking Titantron type of thing. And the first promo would be low key, and he would just be cutting one of his boring, serious promos, and then it would be the Brock Lesnar WWE style promo where he's just talking about leaving somebody in their fucking piss and shit on the ground and stuff like that. And but they quick cut it. Did you ever see that video of Brock Lesnar on YouTube that he did for some fucking gun company where he's just killing
dude, he's
dogs?
shooting gophers? Yeah. Where he's melting fucking prairie dogs with an M50 or some shit. It's incredible. Yeah.
I just want him to quick cut those scenes, and with him just talking about leaving low key in his piss and blood, and just playing the breakdown from Slayer's Reign in Blood in the background over this whole thing. And then I want also this week Matthew from Botchamania was just posting a bunch of gifs of all the times low key is fucking went a little too hard on somebody. So I just want the last thing to you see is fucking Brock Lesnar in the back room in his warm-ups, just looking at gifs on the phone of Loki doing this to people, and just all the lights just go off, and there's just a spotlight on the entrance ramp, and then you hear all of Slayer's Reign in Blood, and then fucking Brock Lesnar comes out right as the breakdown starts and just fucking walks out. And I want this match to be at least 15 minutes. It has to be at least 15 minutes, and whatever happens. But I just imagine low key no selling Brock Lesnar once, and just Brock Lesnar legit pounding him into dust, just the biggest mauling ever. And I don't know, I really hope this match happens. I don't think there's any possibility on earth, but if there is ever a match in my life I would put up big money to sponsor, it would be Brock Lesnar versus Low Ki, because it would just be a beautiful match, I think.
Did you watch him fight Randy Couture where he first won the UFC belt, and he finishes that match with doing the weakest looking hammer fists in the world? Yeah, that'd be pretty sick if he did that to Low Ki, just fucking started just mashing his face with these little forearms. I'd be a big fan of that. My last one is listen, Pro Wrest guys. I know this happened already, but this happened at Wrestle Kingdom 6. I wasn't watching, so it doesn't count. My last rematch would be the Great Muta versus Tetsuya Naito. If only because I think both these guys are New Japan demigods now. Muta, no explanation needed, but Naito, he's there. But if both of these guys wrestled in their respective monikers, if Great Muta decided to grow his bowl haircut out and paint his face without wearing that mask, and if Naito walked to the ring with his baseball jersey, I think I'd cry. I think that'd be such a visual. If anything, the only reason I thought about this is because I think it'd be an incredible spot. If at one point, maybe during a finishing stretch, both these guys, they just do their trademark spit at each other, to cancel each other out. I'd be really fucking into that. Also, if you put both these guys on one t-shirt, I think I'd be compelled to buy 30 of them. So if Adani's listening, if the New Japan office is listening, if you guys want to make a quick $900, you book this match, and I'm buying those t-shirts for fucking sure. Those are our dream matches. You want to get into the emails that we got about this?
Yeah, the first one was from Tom. There's only two, so it's pretty quick. And Tom was nice enough to just leave a list. He didn't even have any fucking interstitial conversation to go. But first Thanks, one Tom. He has was PR Carl Oulet versus Joey Janela. This fucking PR Carl Oulet, for you guys who don't know, is the guy who wore the fucking eye patch on the new Quebecers team. This guy's been popping up a lot. I've been hearing his name on podcasts. He must be making a comeback or some shit. Tom Strong in the Tournament of Death in general, I think that would be good. I'd like to see Tom Strong in any match that's not NWA sanctioned. Just him against fucking anybody who's worth a shit, and not just these fucking bozos that he wrestles. Braun Strowman versus Darby Allin, much like Al's Brock Lesnar versus Darby Allin. AJ Styles versus Mark Andrews. I could give a shit less about that one. Jonathan Gresham versus Tyler Bate. Again, don't really care. Andrade CM Almas versus Okada. That's happened in some form at some point, but I don't know if they've ever did a singles. Johnny Gargano versus Naito. That actually, I wouldn't think of that one. That would actually be fucking really good. Brady wrote, "What's up, dudes? For me, the ultimate dream match will always be CM Punk Stone Cold because the build-up would have been amazing. Yeah, Punk ran similar feuds with Raven and Jericho, but nothing would top a sanctimonious asshole lecturing wrestling's all-time number one alcoholic. Ideally, both would be in their primes, and the feud would take place in an era where they had the freedom to say whatever the fuck they want. The only downside of this match would be the resurrection of some dorks on the internet who'd never even heard of Bold's song, arguing that Pepsi isn't edge because caffeine is a drug in the dictionary. Yeah, this is like, I mean, at the time, and now everybody fucking hates CM Punk, but whatever. At the time when he was still active, this would probably be my number one dream match too. It's crazy that they just didn't throw like a fucking truckload of money at Stone Cold to make that happen. I'd also say Shibata versus Daniel Bryan in a world where concussions don't exist, because those two would absolutely wreck each other in a classic. Other than that, most of my dream matches revolve around hilarious mismatches or absurd scenarios. I want to see low-key wrestle Brock Lesnar, so we're on the same page, Brady, because that can only end in gold. Aleister Black should wrestle UFC 3 era Chemo to see whether Satan or Jesus is a better kickboxer. Oh man. Chono versus Test versus Charlotte versus Sami Zayn versus Luke Harper in a big boots only battle royal. Keep crushing the Graps game, Brady, aka Tonkatsueri Shibata, aka Adobo Dallas, aka Okanamiyaki Man, aka Dinuguan Cena, aka Masahiro Lechono, aka Road Warrior Animal Fries, aka Bon Mio Shirai, aka Buffet Bagwell, aka the Ace of the Universe. P.S. Can't wait to meet Henny in Long Beach. That email did remind me that I think my favorite thing to do in not Virtual Pros, in Fire Pro, is just to put like the weirdest wrestlers I can think of against Big Van Vader and see what happens, because like he's like for every generation of Fire Pro, like Vader has been the most powerful man in the game. So I just like love seeing him critical people. So he's probably my number one dream guy to just go up against anybody.
I did the same thing, but like my guy was Gerard Gordeau from UFC 1. He's the guy that's most famously known for kicking Taylor Tooley in the face and sending like a molar into the crowd. He was like in every single video game like in the 90s. I didn't even know he was that poppin', but yeah, I'd always have him wrestle like Liger, and it'd always be like really shitty looking, but it'd always make me laugh. Anyway, the mixtape. Up next, Jackie Sato, Sasha Banks, Christian York, Rey Mysterio, and Jushin Liger. Please stay tuned.
She gon' pop it open, she gon' make it pour. Even though I drive a foreign, damn, I still feel poor. Sushi on my dinner plate, eating creme brulee, icing on that chocolate cake. That sound like the perfect day. She gon' pop it open, she gon' make it pour. Even though I drive a foreign, damn, I still feel poor. Sushi on my dinner plate, eating creme brulee, icing on that chocolate cake. That sound like the perfect day. You my little Sailor Moon, come and visit me. Come and kick it at the crib, or you can keep on dissing me. I don't really care, cause I'm getting to the money. But don't you come back crawling when you seeing all these hunters, yeah. You my little Sailor Moon, come and visit me. Come and kick it at the crib, or you can keep on dissing me. I don't really care, cause I'm getting to the money. But don't you come back crawling when you seeing all these hunters, yeah.
And welcome back to Virtual Pros episode 59. If you haven't already, pause the episode, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at VRTL Pros. Hit us on SoundCloud, hit that heart, you know I like it. Hit us on iTunes, leave a 5-star review, and subscribe if you haven't. And also, if you haven't, download that Bloody Disgusting podcast application, have all the episodes in the palm of your hand. And if you want to participate, if you want to give us a suggestion for this Virtual Pros mixtape, please hit us up at virtualpros64@gmail.com. For all my new listeners out there, the Virtual Pros mixtape is this YouTube playlist that we set up where we talk about matches that we find. Well, it could be anything. I guess it just has to be wrestling related. You can find that by typing in Virtual Pros mixtape on YouTube, and it'll pop right up. The first match of the night is Rey Mysterio versus Jushin Thunder Liger, Starrcade 1996. This is from 12/29/1996. I picked this match because both these guys are pretty topical to me right now. Jushin Liger, he's making an appearance in San Francisco in March, which means I'm probably going to roll. While Ray, he looked pretty fucking good on Sunday in the Rumble, I might say. He was really, really brown. Like, I don't know if
not wearing a t-shirt.
He wasn't wearing a t-shirt. He was looking good, man. A USA chant starts. Like, that makes sense. It's WCW. I get it. I checked to see what city Starrcade was in during this time period, and I see Tennessee. It also makes sense. I get it. Liger hits an inside-out suplex on Mysterio off the apron, followed by like a power bomb on the outside on the ground. And I'm thinking, like, that probably wasn't the funnest minute of Mysterio's life. Like, this shit looked pretty fucked up. Liger then drop kicks Mysterio out of the sky, which, like, looked pretty good. I liked it a lot. Liger then hits, like, a dragon screw, leg whip, and I'm, like, 1,000% like sure, like, that A, this was a shoot. Like, he was probably really mad at Ray, and B, Mysterio's, like, ACL is, like, torn to shreds. Like, he got fucked up here for sure. Mysterio then, like, he hits, like, this top rope Asai moonsault, and I remember, like, how fucking sweet Mysterio was, like, during this time period. Like, at the time, he had to be, like, the best pound-for-pound guy in the world for, like, a minute. With the guys involved, however, I will say, like, I thought this would be a lot better than it was. Like, I bet at 12 years old, like, young Al was, like, freaking out, but, like, 30s Al, I thought it was all right. What'd you think, Mike?
Yeah, so as Al alluded to, this match starts and there's a USA chant, which, I mean, technically Rey Mysterio is from the USA, but I think in 1996 WCW average fan wouldn't know that. But they say something on the commentary that made me look up the rest of the Starrcade, and this Starrcade starts off with Ultimo Dragon versus Dean Malenko for the J Crown, and then Akira Hokuto versus Medusa for the whatever women's championship final. So at this point, this is the third foreigner versus vaguely American match on this card of Starrcade, and Starrcade was always the fucking the most patriotic sounding, besides Great American Bash, just like the most patriotic sounding pay-per-view to me. So I imagine these whites are getting pretty fed up at this point, and they're just like, what the fuck is going on, man? I paid to see goddamn fucking Lex Luger and fucking Hulk Hogan. I'm seeing all this ching chong shit and all this stuff like that. And that's not my words. That's fucking the white WCW fans. But, so, I mean, you know, honestly, pretty progressive card in 1996 for fucking, Eddie Guerrero wins the U.S. title on this Starrcade. Benoit loses to Jeff Jarrett. Not the brightest moment in his life. But still, like, you look at this card match, it's match list, and you're just like, holy shit, that was like a match list in 1996. This is kind of like a dream match shit. But yeah, that USA champ was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like Ray is at his smallest here, and Liger was, I forgot that he had like that crazy brain tumor surgery. So I think this is it. I wouldn't say he's pudgy here, but he's bigger. And he looks fucking massive near Rey Mysterio. There is no other person on earth that Liger looks like a massive person near. And it's weird. Like, it's a weird dynamic. And like Al said, I wouldn't say so much this match wasn't as, I mean, I guess I would say it wasn't as good, but it's more just like, it's not what you would expect. Like, Liger's working like a bad guy, like he's working like a heel, and he's kind of like, even though it's 96, if you guys aren't as smart about wrestling as me and Al are, let me school you on some history here. But in the early 2000s, for whatever fucking reason, Jushin Liger decided he was going to be a bad guy heavyweight in New Japan in the dark days of New Japan. And he took on this Black Liger persona where he worked like a heel, and he was and also a heavyweight, which is hilarious. And this seems to be like that era Liger, but years before that, where he's working like more slow and methodical. He's doing like these power moves, super stiff, like Al said. Like, maybe Ray said some mean shit to Liger backstage, and Liger was like, "Oh yeah, motherfucker, I'm bigger than you." Like, we'll see about that, because he's fucking slamming the shit out of him on these power bombs and stuff like that.
Yeah, he is. Yep.
So yeah, I wouldn't say it's not a bad match, but it's definitely like way different than you would expect. Because like slower, like Liger's working like a bad guy, slow, methodical bad guy. Rey Mysterio's working like Rey Mysterio. And I would say the finish is kind of lackluster, even though it is technically, I guess, Liger's finisher, sort of, but it's still just kind of comes out of nowhere. So I don't know. Maybe I was right. Maybe these dudes had a disagreement backstage or some shit. But it's still worth watching for sure. I'd like to watch at least the first 4 or 5 matches of this, even though I think we might have done, I don't know. No, I think we did some other matches that were related to this. But yeah, I might go back on the network and watch the rest of this. My first match of the night is an oddball. I decided, 1, this match was by request, and 2, I decided we've done this segment for quite a long time now, so I'm just gonna try. I've already done weird stuff. I've done stuff I really loved a lot, so now I'm just gonna try and cover all the bases and do fucking complete oddball stuff that's completely out of my comfort zone. And I said this was also a request, and it is Cue Ball Carmichael versus Christian York from some fucking indie federation, I assume in Pennsylvania, judging by the announcer's accents, named IPW from 1998. Not like, I'm sure the names alone, like that just sounds like something that took place in Pennsylvania in 1998. Cue Ball Carmichael versus Christian York. So yeah, listener Andrew requested this. He was like, "Hey man, if you put a Cue Ball Carmichael match on your mixtape, I will watch it." And I was like, "Sure, I'll do it." So this Cue Ball Carmichael guy, he's showed me some of this post by this guy. He is much like a jumpin' Jim Grabowski, you would say, where he is like, he posts these real passive aggressive, not even mostly passive, just aggressive Facebook posts, about learning to work and stuff like that. And like for example, I guess he supposedly does work where he shows up to children's hospitals because he thinks it's his duty as a worker to give back to the kids, even though, like, if I was like a terminally ill child and this dude showed up, I'd be like, "Who the fuck are you? Where are my parents? Because you're scaring me, Cue Ball Carmichael. I have no idea who the fuck you are. You're some dude who wrestled in Pennsylvania independent wrestling before I was born. I don't want to see you in my hospital." He also I saw a post where he's booking a seminar with some other old fogey on WrestleMania weekend, and it's very passive aggressive, where he's like, "What, are you just gonna sit around and watch WrestleMania, or are you gonna fucking learn from the masters, Cue Ball Carmichael?" And it's like, dude, probably watch WrestleMania. Like, I don't think I don't know, man. I don't think you're gonna teach me that much. Like, you're Cue Ball Carmichael. Who the fuck are you? So I mostly, like, I've heard this name. Like, sadly, I think the most interesting thing I'd have to say about this match is the whole time I was thinking there is probably somebody out there that paid like $40 for this fucking tape at some point in life, like $20 to $40, and that just makes me real sad, because this was at peak wrestling, not peak indie wrestling, but getting there, peak indie wrestling. And I'm sure like somebody saw this match on a match list and was like, I gotta see those workers. And it's not a good match. It is peak 1998 independent wrestling. Cue Ball Carmichael looks like every third created wrestler I ever make, and that's not a good compliment at all, because I make real bad created wrestlers. He has like the shoehorn haircut, where he's bald except for all around the sides and the back, but it's also grown out, so it's the long hair shoehorn haircut, which is the absolute worst variation of baldness that I can think of. Like, that is the least amount of dignity you could have if you're bald, is growing your hair out, but you can't actually grow any on top. And he has like the donut facial hair, where it's like a goatee and a mustache all connected, and it's dyed the most fakest black anybody has ever dyed their hair. He's wearing one of those singlets that's kind of just tights and a singlet, and it's yellow and blue, which is fucking horrible colors. Christian York is a guy who's he had moderate success in WCW as part of 3 Count, and I think maybe he was in ECW at some point. This match is bullshit. It is a bullshit, shitty independent match from 1998. Cue Ball Carmichael is horrible, and he shouldn't be giving anybody seminars. I mostly picked this match because it was the only match on the internet that didn't look like it was filmed in 1942, or wasn't, like, for some reason 21 minutes long. Like, he has a match against George the Animal Steel, is probably much more entertaining, but it looked like shit. he had another match versus like Shannon Moore or something, but it was like 22 minutes. I'm just like, there is no fucking way I'm watching that. Outside of that, I like the venue. It seemed like to be some kind of indoor tennis court that they put tarps all around. And also this match ends with a sneak roll up by Christian York onto Cue Ball Carmichael. And the announcers act like this is the biggest upset in the world. And all I can think is, why are you doing sneaky roll ups on a goddamn shitty independent match? It was real shitty. I mean, there's a lot of people there. Also, I forgot to mention, one of the first things you hear on the announcer is one of the announcers saying something about some guy saying, at least he's not gay, which puts you right back into 1998 in that mindset. But yeah, this is horrible. I feel bad for making Al watch this, but like I said, I just like, we're so far into the game right now. I just want to sample all of the corners of wrestling I haven't sampled. And Northeastern 1998 independent wrestling is something I haven't sampled before. Never again. Big recommendation to avoid. Al, did you like anything about this match?
Who requested this? Who asked you to watch this?
Andrew, my friend Andrew, my internet friend Andrew.
Andrew, you're not allowed to listen to Virtual Pros anymore. Don't.
Andrew had a cool
You're
story.
banned.
Andrew had a cool story once where he said he was hiking, I think in Hawaii, and he was on a volcano, and he was listening to Virtual Pros and gave him the power to hike more. So that's why I granted his request, because we motivated.
All right, Andrew, I'm sorry, I take that back. You can listen forever, dude. That's a good story. Yeah, what path did you hike? I'd be interested. I watched this match last night at like 1:45 a.m., like barely lucid, so apologies if my notes like are either too short or don't make any sense. It could have been like because I was super tired, but like I did not make out a word that Cue Ball Carmichael said like in his opening promo. Was it like just me, or like is he like a real mumble mouth like in real life? Like, did you understand what he was saying when he came out?
I heard some stuff, but yeah, I think he's a mumble mouth.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure my ears were working. I will say that I really dig Cue Ball Carmichael's look. He looks like that dude from Office Space, the two chicks at the same time guy, the neighbor.
Yeah,
doesn't he look like him, like but bald?
Yeah.
It's a pretty sweet look for like a wrestler, I think. The only memory I have of Christian York though was like him and Joey Matthews. They like teamed up in ECW. Like it was like at the end of its run. And it was like really funny to watch like the hardcore fans have to cheer for like two sexy like we do moves guys, even though like they probably didn't want to. Yeah. Like this was like the giveaway that like those two dudes like Kid Cash, man, ECW was like fucked. Like it was a wrap. Like once these guys were wrestling for ECW, like forget about it. It was over. I will say, like, I started to piece together why I thought you picked this match, and it's because, like, the commentators were, like, saying, like, really insider shit, and, like, I was just getting mad. I was getting more awake, and I was like, fuck, Mike, I hate this shit. But if it was at the suggestion of Andrew, I'll let you cook. I mean, it's fine. This match sucks, though. Don't bother watching it. Like, I didn't get anything from this. Sorry, Andrew. It's true. It's how I feel.
He knows it. I honestly, like I said, I don't think he's ever watched the Cue Ball Carmichael match. He only follows him on Facebook and thinks he's hilarious because he posts shit like, you don't know how to work and stuff like that. But yeah. So I think this was his only way to watch a Cue Ball Carmichael match too.
Hey, I'll pick one match if you suggested, Andrew. No problem. Next episode, I'll watch it. My last clip of the night is Sasha Banks on Hot Ones. Mike, I take it you're a fan of this show.
Yes.
Is this your favorite show on the Complex Network? And what's your least favorite show on the Complex Network?
I mean, I don't subscribe to the Complex Network. I subscribe to First We Feast, so I really only know about this show and like any other show that Sean Evans does. I don't watch any of the other Complex shows.
You don't watch DJ Academics like make a fool of himself? That's good. No one should watch that. Next question. When it comes to wings, what's your favorite? The flats or the drums?
Man, I don't have a preference. I'd rather just eat drumsticks because I have real bad hand problems, and I could get it. I have to eat all wings with only one hand, so it's easier to eat drumsticks in one hand.
I'm a drumsticks guy too, honestly. Also, have you ever tried any of like these joke hot sauces that they eat on the show, like ever in your life?
That's honestly a big part of my notes. Is I watch Hot Ones. I wouldn't say obsessively because I've watched from the beginning. so it's getting kind of like old. But I watch like Flaming Table, done by Jeff Cannonball, which is kind of a wrestling version of Hot Ones. I watch like people doing stupid hot sauce challenges, and I'm always just like, I don't know if I could do that, because like for the past couple seasons of Hot Ones, like I've never had any of these sauces, but this is the first season that I've had 2 of these sauces. And yeah, I mean, like, I don't, like, in my personal life, I don't fucking eat these ridiculous sauces, but I don't have anything against them. I don't like those people who buy things. Like, I usually get these hot sauces for Christmas. My mom, like, somebody in my family usually buys me these fucking novelty sauces like Ass Blaster and stuff like that. So like this year I got some Walking Dead hot sauce, and it's weak as fuck, but like so I don't have anything against it. But the 5th one, like, I'll get into my notes, but the 5th one is like a legit hot sauce. So I think this year, like, and the thing is, this is corny as hell, but he gets a lot of those hot sauces from Heatonist, which is like an artisanal hot sauce store in fucking Williamsburg, Brooklyn. And I mean, that, as corny as that shit is, like, at least it's like those dudes like are, you know, they know what they're doing, and it isn't just fucking Ass Blaster and stuff like that.
My next note is that if you don't use Crystal while eating fried chicken, you're an asshole. That's the only hot sauce like you're only like allowed to eat chicken with is Crystal. Anything else, you're an asshole. Aside from Sasha like getting through this challenge like in a way I've never seen like anyone complete Hot Ones, I think the most impressive display was her explaining what custom videos are in a real succinct and mature way, sort of. I think like if someone at work was like, Al, like, what's a custom video? Like, I would have giggled like Kevin from The Office and like rambled for like 20 minutes, like if someone asked me. And like Sasha Banks, like, pretty good promo work, I guess. But for her, like, to candidly explain what a custom video is, man, good for her. Good for her. The illest part of this video to me, though, however, is that after like the wrapping up, someone hands her a Chinese takeout box. It's full of white rice. And to me, like, Sasha Banks, if you're listening, you're a friend of the show. I seen you rocking the brand on Monday. Appreciate you. You're honorary Asian. Like, I gave you the pass. An iconic move, 10 out of 10. Like, with the Rumble results, and now this. Like, shout out to all my yellow and brown brothers and sisters. We're in the fucking building. White rice and like fried chicken forever. I got real pumped when I saw this. Mike, what'd you think?
Yeah, I have I think parallel notes. I actually had seen this twice before I saw Al put it on the video, or on the mixtape. So I didn't take like real notes because I wasn't gonna watch it a third time. It's bad enough I've watched it twice already. But I will say that when I turned it on, I knew she had the shirt. So like there was a small 10% glimmer of hope that when I pressed play, she'd be wearing the shirt, but she wasn't, and that was kind of heartbreaking. But yeah, man, like
but I mean, you wouldn't wear a long sleeve shirt to eat hot food though, so I kind of was like, it's probably not gonna happen.
But I know they fucking film this in the morning, and you know, you're just like, you're not really. She's probably not like thinking like, I gotta get up and get ready. I like if I was in Hot Ones, if I had to do this shit at 9 a.m, I'd be wearing my pajamas. So I don't know, but yeah, so yeah, I watch these shows a lot, so I think about it like she does handle this like a champ. She handles it, I would say, in the top, the top 5 percentile of Hot Ones. Yes, I think YG was probably like, was it YG? Yeah, I think it was YG. was like probably the best ever, where he was unfazed by all this shit. But at the same time, it makes me think, because I don't know, like, they obviously don't toss these wings in this sauce. I think they're just dabbing, like, they're brushing like this sauce on it. And like I said, when Al asked me, I always like never had a real indicator of like what these sauces are. I've had the 5th hot sauce. It's like some jerk chicken hot sauce. And last time I was in Philadelphia, before it takeover, I went to this spot called National Mechanics, who's famous for having a Bloody Mary bar, where they have like 7,000 different hot sauces on a bar to put in your Bloody Mary. And they have one called Queen of Farts, which is a great name. But they had that hot sauce, whatever the fuck it's called. It's the 5th one they use on Hot Ones now. And I put that on my Bloody Mary. So I was like, I can handle this. So I know I could get to at least the 5th one on Hot Ones. And that makes me feel good. But that Mad Dog 357, which is the second to last, I used to have that, but I didn't have the exact one. They have like a ghost pepper one that I had. And that was very unpleasant. And that's something I also got as a gift for Christmas. And it was like, I would eat it, but I'd just be like, I don't really enjoy this, but I got to finish this. So I feel good knowing that I could probably not be a baby on Hot Ones, but I don't know. I'm still. I gotta do one day. I gotta just do a challenge myself or something to see if I can handle it. But I will also say rice is definitely the move. I never see anybody on these shows eating rice, and I'm always like, why aren't they eating rice? Like that's like the obvious. Like to me, like is that your number one go to stop spice, Al? Is rice?
I never have anything that hot where I need like a stopper.
Oh, okay, yeah. I usually use rice or yogurt or lemon. So like those are probably my three big stoppers. So yeah, it was good that they showed her eating rice, because like if you eat that much hot shit and you don't eat rice, you're gonna shit your pants. So like everybody who doesn't do that, I know they're just like shitting their pants after they get off the show. As Al said, she talks about custom tapes in a way where, like, obviously the host Sean Evans, I don't think he knows much about wrestling. He doesn't know what the fuck custom tapes are. She could have talked about this in a way that would have made him cringe. And the fact that she talked about it in a way where he's just like, oh, okay, and like just went about her business is it's kind of like, it's both cool and kind of just like a testament to how fucking well accepted this custom tape world is and how fucked up that is. Because like these people that get outraged over everything seem to like fucking turn a blind eye to this custom tape world. And that is single-handedly the most fucked up part about like the wrestling industry to me. And no one seems to give a shit. So like it's real weird that no one cares about that part of the world. Even Sasha Banks, apparently, where she's just like talking about it like it's just fucking doing her nails. And it was really interesting to see that on like a sort of mainstream thing. Somebody talk about custom tapes. But yeah, that's it. This is a great Hot Ones. I'm glad she didn't fuck up. She did better than Jericho, so she has that. And I hope they have more wrestlers on in the future. My last word of the night is an old one. It's from January 4th, 1980. It's from All Japan Women's. It is Jackie Sato versus Tomi Aoyama, I would say. This I stole from the Death Valley Driver 1001 matches. See Before You Die. I think one of their new posts is people that are in the Hall of Fame. And I was just scrolling through and I saw this and I was like, what the fuck? This is from 1980? That's old as fuck. And I was like, I have never heard of these ladies. But I like the still shot. I was like, I like the still shot. I like this color aesthetic that's going on. So I'm not saying this in a sexual way, by the way. These women are not sexual. I just like the way like it looked. So I pressed play, and basically what hooked me was that like the crowd is legitimately 90% women, and I was like, this is fucking insane. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna save this and watch it later. Again, and I want to do the whole thing of exploring corners of wrestling I've never watched before. And to top it off, our shirt market's getting kind of crowded. I want to maybe move on and make 80s women's wrestlers popular. And so we cornered that market before. So I just want to plant the seeds now and start talking about 80s women's wrestling. Plant the seeds now. Get in there. But yeah, the description on the Death Valley Driver page basically says this is a good match to start off if you're just like easing your way into Joshi wrestling. So I was like, yeah, let's see. I mean, I'm probably a little past easing my way now, but whatever. Let's see. As I said, like I do like the way this match looks. I don't know if Al will agree with me, but I would go as far as saying this is an EX quality VHS tape, factoring in the age from 1980 and how crystal clear this is on a YouTube upload. This has to be from an excellent quality VHS tape. It's almost perfect quality as far as VHS goes. And like, the colors shine through. They're still that muted VHS, but that fucking, I think that 70s, 80s, early 80s All Japan Women's logo even beats that big pink W. Like, this is a great logo. I spent fucking 45 minutes looking for it on the internet. Couldn't find it outside of some maniac making it on a Fire Pro. And I'm real bummed about that I couldn't find a clear shot of this. These ladies love perms. They definitely love perms. These two ladies, Jackie Sato, and a lot of the seconds, or a lot of the young girls in the crowd. They all love perms too. But yeah, like I said, the thing that drew me to this match is I turned it on, and it is like It's the most women that have. I mean, Dave Meltzer always says it was like this in the '80s, and with women's wrestling in Japan, where it was way more women than men, and I've just never seen it firsthand before, and it's like it is fucking jarring, man. Like it's like young girls, older women, teen girls, like every demographic of women possible watching wrestling, and it's fucking crazy. This match, I would give credit to Death Valley Driver. Description, it is like if you're easing your way into this type of wrestling, this is a good way to ease into it, because the same kind of pacing and semi moves exist that you would see later on in the 90s and 2000s, but they are definitely a lot rougher, a lot less polished, a lot less nuanced, a lot less elegant, I guess I would say, but they're still doing them. And so it's kind of cool to see that. The main thing that's going on in this match is Jackie Sato is Tomi Ayama is over and over again trying to do this knee breaker. I guess that's the name of the move, where it's kind of like you're lifting somebody up and banging their knee on your bended knee. And every time she does it, the crowd loses their fucking shit. Like, this is the most excited anybody has been about anything ever. And it's like, it's all women, so it's so shrill. It's just like the craziest screeching and everything ever. It's fucking insane to listen to. And this happens over and over again. And it's like a pretty crazy thing. Outside of that, yeah, like, I don't know, like, this is way out of my wheelhouse, but I thought, and it's maybe not the most exciting match overall as far as moves go, but I was like, this was really cool to watch for me. I thought this was like a really cool match to watch. The ending is also something that I didn't see coming, because it's the type, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it's the type of ending you never see happen in wrestling, and I didn't know ever happen in wrestling. And yeah, like, I wouldn't say this is like a 5-star match or anything in my book, but like, as far as like never seeing this type of shit before, it was pretty cool, fucking cool to watch. I thought this was like, as far as something like as historical context goes, this was like, I'm very glad I watched this. What did you think, Al?
Yeah, my first note is that this ring apron, their logo is gorgeous. Like, I'm getting like serious like Smoky Mountain wrestling vibes from this shit. Like, I'm really into it. It looks great. It sounds like these women are like having a match in like front of 3,000 banshees. Like, it's crazy to listen to. Like, all joking aside, like, it's fucking, like, it's pretty rad to see, like, a crowd, like, absolutely freak the fuck out over, like, some pretty light athletic stretching. Like, no one's getting, like, too fucked up over, like, these headlocks, but these teenage girls are just losing their minds. It's crazy. I will say, like, this match has, like, it looks really modern in, like, some spots. Like, there's one part where, like, Jackie Sato has a Aoyama in a standing suplex, but then, like, she turns it into, like, a backbreaker. And, like, in 2018, that would be, like, someone's, like, secondary finisher. Like, this should look crazy. A couple minutes later, we would essentially see, like, what would become Super Dragon's curb stomp. And I'm like, man, like, Joshi was, like, really setting the fucking bar, like, in 1980.
Yeah.
Like, from my young listeners, like, Death Valley Driver, Kudome Driver, a.k.a. the Vertebraker, all Japanese women inventions. Like, you got to give your props. With that said, there's like an ongoing theme of this match where both these women, like, they don't know how pinning works. It's like if you were to give me like a controller for WWE 2K18, I'd be like, oh, how do I finish the match? I don't get it. Like, there's this part where like Ayama's feet, like, they're clearly on the ropes, but like Sato's on top of her and she's like looking at the referee like a dipshit. Like, why aren't you counting? But, like, obviously it's because, like, it's not a pin. Like, her feet are on the ropes. So that was, like, kind of weird to watch. But, like, it was kind of realistic, maybe. I don't know. Like, if I'm trying to finish a match, maybe, I'm not so cognizant of, like, a person's, like, ring position. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, ring psychology. Who knows?
Yeah, I didn't write that down, but I also did not know if that was, like, legit or just, like a kind of an element of matches they had back then. Because it was very weird. It did happen a lot.
Yeah, it was like her shoulders aren't even like down the right way. She's on her belly. Yeah. Like, of course you can't pin her.
She does like that. Really she does like that bridging pin at one point, and the referee's like, "Nope." Like, he doesn't. He's just like, he's like, I'm not even gonna count.
Yeah, he's not being an asshole. It's just the fucking rules of wrestling. Both shoulders have to be down for the ref to count. I don't know. I thought the ending was like interesting. By the way, that backdrop driver, holy shit. But yeah, like Mike said, like it was interesting. It was like an ending I have never ever expected to see in wrestling. They'd always tease it, but it actually happened.
Yeah.
So
yeah, even like the day
some real trend-setting stuff.
But yeah, the day before at NXT, or a couple days before at NXT, my girlfriend asked me. She was like, "What? Like, does that ever happen?" I was like, "No, never." And then like 2 days later, I'm watching this fucking match, and it actually happens.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Like for historical purposes alone, and like I do think it's a good gateway into Joshi. Like people should watch this. Like 24 minutes is a pretty big investment in like a person's day, but you got Saturdays like to chill out. You should watch this. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, like
anyway, that was
but seeing this and like stuff over the 90s and into the 2000s, I could see how there's some people who can not be a pervert and obsessively get like into this stuff, because it's like it is super interesting. Like from the 80s to the 90s to 2000s, it's I would say it has even a more interesting path than men's wrestling. So
yeah, I didn't feel aroused. I just thought it was cool. I don't know. That was episode 59 of the Virtual Pros podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at VRTL Pros. Hit us on SoundCloud. Hit that heart. You know I like it. Hit us on iTunes. Leave a review and subscribe. And if you haven't, download that Bloody Disgusting podcast app. Maybe at them on Twitter and tell them that you're a vert bag worldwide. Mike, any last words?
Yes, donate to that GoFundMe. Send me to WrestleMania. Let's do it.
Damn, I hella want to hang out with Mike. That was episode 59. Peace.